Today, we are talking about that constant background noise that lives in your head. It's not just thoughts, it's an incessant anxiety about finances, about tomorrow, about whether something bad might happen. We constantly feel the need to control the cash flow, otherwise it feels like everything will fall apart. This pursuit of control drains our energy faster than any job. Let's be honest, most of us live in a state of mild but constant financial panic. In reality, this anxiety is not just a matter of math or bank accounts. It is a philosophical problem deeply rooted in our perception of the world. We often worry about things over which we have no influence at all, and that is the main trap. We all fear that we won't have enough for the loan, that our salary will drop, or the fear of being fired. Today, we will break down ancient wisdom that can instantly reduce this anxiety if you apply it correctly. We will look at 4 simple lines that change everything. From the bread that the Creator sends us, no one will cut off even a small slice. So do not worry about what you have, and do not worry about what you do not have. This is not just a religious text, it is a brilliant economic and psychological principle. It asserts that there is a certain portion already destined for you. This is the foundation of peace, which for some reason we constantly ignore. The key word here is bread, which symbolizes a necessary resource, your life's share. The poet says that this share is already formed and is inviolable. No one, not even the most aggressive competitor or an unkind boss, can diminish it. This philosophy suggests letting go of the illusion that you are the sole architect of every tiny piece of your success. This is the first step towards exiting the constant chaos of thoughts. Let's examine the first 2 lines more deeply. From the bread that the Creator sends us, no one will cut off even a small slice. This image means that your living minimum, your potential, your current salary, is your determined share. If you believe your bank deposit might disappear due to someone's ill will, you live in fear. The poet insists that if it is truly yours, it will remain with you despite external circumstances. Here lies the powerful idea of the invulnerability of your current well-being. And here we come to the first major philosophical error that steals our peace every day. Error number 1, worrying about what you already have. As the poet says, so do not worry about what you have. We are so afraid of losing what we have accumulated that it paralyzes our present. This fear of loss can be stronger than the joy of possession. Are you tired of endless financial anxiety? Do you want to learn how to let go of what is beyond your control and finally start living in the present moment? The answers to these questions were given 1,000 years ago. The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam is not just a collection of poetry. It is a manifesto of inner freedom and a philosophical guide that will help you reevaluate your relationship with resources, success, and your life path. Why this book belongs on your shelf? A source of mental clarity. Each verse is a direct hit to the core of human fears. The art of balance. Khayyam teaches you to value what is and not waste your life chasing what is not. Aesthetic pleasure, a classic that never loses its relevance. Take a step toward your peace of mind today. Start reading Khayyam and feel the weight of daily panic vanish, giving way to profound life wisdom. Link to the book is under the video. We accumulate money in a deposit, but every day we check the news for inflation and bank crises. We receive a high salary, but immediately start worrying about future downsizing or the fear of dismissal. You possess a thing or a resource, but at the same time you become a hostage to the worry of preserving it. It turns out that possession does not bring peace, but only moves anxiety to a new level. According to this text, if your bread belongs to you, worrying about protecting it is futile. This fear is an inefficient expenditure of mental energy. Of course, this doesn't mean being irresponsible, but it does mean letting go of neurotic control. You must do what depends on you, but not worry about the result, because it is already determined. This allows you to focus on the work rather than on endless security checks. Imagine how much time you spend running scenarios. What if? What if I hadn't received this salary?
These imaginary catastrophes do not change reality, but they are guaranteed to ruin your day. We build walls around our well-being and then fear that these walls will fall. This cyclical anxiety creates the illusion that if we worry enough, we can change something. In reality, if you fixate on the fear of loss, you cannot effectively use what you have. Your deposit turns into a golden cage rather than a tool for the future. You start saving, not out of wisdom, but out of panic. This philosophical error makes you a slave to your property.
We all know people who became wealthier, yet their anxiety only increased. Has it ever happened that the money appeared, but peace did not? This is because they couldn't stop worrying about what they already had. They felt that big money required big control and a vast number of sleepless nights. This example shows that external success does not solve an internal philosophical problem. Thus, the first step towards peace is to accept that what is meant to happen will happen regardless of your internal panic. If the slice of bread is yours, it's not going anywhere. This is not a call to inaction, but a call to free up mental space. Stop constantly defending your inner world against imaginary threats.
When was the last time you lost sleep over money that was already sitting in your account? Remember how much energy you gave to the fear that what you already have would be taken away. It was a waste of resources, wasn't it? Moving on to the second, no less common error. Error number 2, worrying about what you don't have. As the poet advises, and do not worry about what you do not have. This is the other side of the coin, but no less destructive to our psyche. We constantly live in a state of deficit, focusing on the next goal to be achieved. We dream of a salary increase, the opportunity to take out a new loan for a large purchase, or a fantastic deposit that we cannot yet open.
This anxiety about the absent feeds the consumer industry and creates an endless chase. We think, as soon as I get what I need, then I will be at peace. But as soon as you reach that point, you immediately start worrying about the next thing you lack. This is the trap of infinite desire that philosophers have described for centuries. The poet claims that if this slice of bread is not your share right now, then worrying about its absence will not speed up its appearance. This is not a call to sit idly by, but a call to accept the current state of affairs. If you cannot take a loan right now because you don't have enough funds, then constant fixation on that loan only increases internal pressure. Many take on unbearable obligations, such as an ill-considered loan, simply out of fear that they do not have something important. They try to fill a gap in confidence with external attributes, but patching a philosophical hole with material things is impossible. It only intensifies the anxiety. Eventually, you find that you now have not only the anxiety of absence, but also the anxiety of the need to pay it back. How often do our dreams of a future high salary prevent us from working effectively now? When we are too obsessed with what is supposed to come, we lose effectiveness in what we are doing here and now. This is the second fundamental error that forces us to live not in reality, but in future unattainable desires. Peace comes when we accept our financial now. The third philosophical error is the loss of trust in the process of sending the bread itself. We are so fixated on controlling every detail that we lose faith in the natural flow of life. This leads to us seeing the world as a chaotic set of coincidences where only our excessive anxiety can save us. Our job is not to shout at this process, but to act within its framework. A sense of relief comes when we move from a philosophy of fighting for every slice to a philosophy of working with your share. This is a transition from total anxiety to rational simplicity. To break this cycle, you should change your attitude toward resources. If you have a deposit, use it. Don't hide it from imaginary enemies. If you fear being fired, focus on increasing your value rather than on the panic. Wisdom lies in recognizing the limits of your control. If you accept that what is meant to happen will happen, then your energy is freed for effective action. Stop spending 50% of your time worrying about what might go wrong. Use that 50% to plan real steps that will help you increase your share. This is the practical bridge between philosophy and daily life. Try to live this week fully trusting that your share today exists and will remain. Let go of thoughts that you might lose your salary tomorrow, and stop obsessively dreaming about a loan you can't afford right now. This will return the mental clarity and peace you have been seeking for so long. Do you feel that by getting rid of these two types of anxiety, it becomes easier to breathe? All your energy that went into panic can now be directed toward creativity and development. Which of these three philosophical errors poisons your life the most? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Peace does not depend on the amount of money in your deposit or the size of your salary. Peace is a conscious decision to accept your limits and your share. Once you stop worrying about what you already have and what you lack, you begin to live. You exit the mode of endless financial stress. Let's remember these simple lines. Your share is already determined. Focus on what you can do, rather than what you fear losing or acquiring. Cast off excessive control and allow yourself to feel true relief. This isn't just philosophy, it's a practical guide for a happy and peaceful life. See you next time.